We made it. We finally made it to 2026, and by the time this video is coming out, it's probably gonna already be February. I did a video similar to this last year where I went over all the new games I got in the year 2024. So this year, we're gonna show all the new stuff for 2025. So this year was by far the biggest year for my game collection this year. I got so many new games, I got to experience so many new consoles, and it's so much fun going out, whether it was ordering online or going physical stores. It was just so much fun going through those experiences. But before we get into the games, I just want to say huge thank you to everyone that supported me this year. I gained over 1,000 subs and even over 1 million views on some of my shorts videos. It really means a lot to me that some people just came in and listened to my content, or even if it was for a brief moment, they just wanted to see what I was about. It really means a lot to me, so thank you guys so much. Okay, now for the moment you've been waiting for with the games, and just like last year, we're going to start from oldest to youngest in the timeline.
Zoom out the camera so you guys can see a little. So for the first new consoles, I guess you could call these little handheld toys, I'm just gonna bundle these into one little thing since they're kind of like in the same general area. Mattel toys, kind of, where they're just like one sport you can play, and they're kind of like a handheld or a classic 2-player game. These I got at a thrift store for about $5, I think they were, and they're pretty cool, neat things. You know, you see them, you pick them up, and they look cool on a shelf.
Starting off for the original Nintendo NES, we have Super Mario Bros. 2. I picked this one up because it's just a really fun game to play. I got it at a garage sale for only like $15, and I think that's considering it's a good deal. It's in great working condition, and while yes, you can play this on the Switch online, I think playing something like this on the original hardware is just the best thing you can do. So on the topic of old school Nintendo, I want to talk about this SNES game and an N64 game I picked up at a thrift store the other day. So this SNES game is really filthy. I am planning on cleaning this. It's just been on the shelf for a couple days and I haven't really gotten to the time doing this. It's NBA Live 96. I don't have a Super Nintendo, so I don't really know if this works, and I don't know anyone that does have a Super Nintendo, so I can't really test this right now. Next up for the N64 game, the label is a little tarred. You can't even see Madden's face. It got chopped off. Might just redraw the Sharpie or something stupid. I don't know. It's very cosmetically flawed, as you know. It's got marker on it. I can't even read what that says, and it's just teared. My friend does have an N64, so maybe I will be able to test this out. Next console, jumping on to Nintendo GameCube, we are starting with Metroid Prime. I got this for my birthday when I bought the GameCube, and it's a great first-person shooter to start off on the GameCube. I think it's better than starting off with something like Melee, because that's just the popular game everyone goes for. This was a more cheap and affordable option for me, and really, it is a great game. You guys should totally check this out. Alright, next game swinging in is the Spider-Man 1 game for GameCube. This game is just, for story-wise, it's okay. You have to, like, kind of take more than just a movie for, like, a movie adaptation of a game to add more content in it. But I actually had a lot more fun just swinging around and doing the mechanics. It plays really well, and it's really just fun, and hearing Tobey Maguire's voice lines in this is just hilarious. Alright, the next game is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban. This is actually one of the last Harry Potters they released on the GameCube. The last one, I believe, was Goblet of Fire. All the rest of the ones went onto the Wii. And I got this one at GameStop. It's pretty fun, you know. You have to go through different dungeons and stuff. And you can also connect to the Game Boy Advance. With the next games here, I'm going to pair them together since I got them at the same day. I got this All-Star Baseball 2002 and Madden 2002 at the flea market I went to. I got these for pretty cheap. I think they were either like $5 together or 15 plus a Wii game. They're not that great. I like the baseball a little bit, but I've just never really been into sports games that much. But yeah. Alright, so the next console jumping over, I'm actually going to skip to the handhelds at the end, just to make it more organized. But the next game is going to be the Wii, and I'm only going to do about like the top maybe 10 or 20 games I got this year, because I actually got over like 50 new Wii games for the 100 Wii Game Challenge. Spoiler alert, did not get 100 games, but I'm doing my own separate video on that just to keep them more distinct, so yeah. So these 10 games are in no particular order. I just chose these ones because I feel like out of all the ones in the challenge, these ones either stuck out to me for the story, the gimmick, or just the amount of hours I put in them was more sufficient than the others. This game is Epic Mickey. I actually really like this game. It takes the dark aspect on Disney like so well, and the gimmick with the paintbrush that Mickey Mouse can use is pretty cool. You're basically stuck in a different world created by a wizard. Basically, it's the Disney parks, I guess you could say, the Disney World or whatever, with different lands, and it's really fun to go through different ones, and yeah. Next game is Spiderwick Chronicles. This one is super fun. I had it on the Xbox 360 at my grandma's house when I was younger, but I got really terrified of this game, so I made her get rid of it and replace it for Minecraft. but I got to finally re-experience it on the Wii, and it is just so fun. It is basically, it's not basically open world, but there are a lot of open world 3D aspects of the game. It's very detailed, there's an awesome storyline, and I accidentally wiped my progress on it, so I'm just not going to touch it for like a whole year until I want to again. The next game is Shaun White's Snowboarding Road Trip. Let me tell you what I say, this game is probably one of my favorite games, probably on the Wii now, of all time. It is just so fun to cruise and do tricks. It doesn't really matter how you play, balance board or Wii remote, the controls feel great for each one. If you want a more motion feeling, I would definitely go with the balance board. But basically you play as an inspiring snowboarder, and you're trying to meet up with Shaun White, and it's pretty cool. You go through all these different countries and perform all these different tricks on mountains. It's a blast, you guys should totally check this one out. The next game is Pirates Hunt for Blackbeard's Booty. This is basically a little pirate minigame collection for little kids, and if you're wondering, then why is it on the list? My friends and I goofed around with this game even on New Year's, and it is just such a stupid game, but it's so fun. The one game that saves it is Squid Ball Sabotage. It's basically croquet, but extreme. Like, if you bump into someone's ball, you get to launch them out of the way. That probably might be the also original rules of croquet. I have no idea how to play. But yeah, it's a fun game. The next game is Super Paper Mario. This is not the traditional Mario Party. I did it again. This is not the traditional Paper Mario style, but it is something unique that you should really get into. And there's the flipping mechanic where you can go from 2D to 3D. I've always wanted to try this one out, but I just never really got around to it. And I'm kind of sad because I missed out on a great game. The next game is Super Smash Bros. Brawl. This one I got online, so that's why it's in like one of these generic little cases. But let me tell you, this is one of, if not, like the best Smash Bros. Games, just for the storyline. Like, I think this game is so underrated. The fighting, I could care less, right? It's slow, there's random tripping, boo. But the storyline and the cutscenes, they're so well animated, there's so much emotion, and there's no voice acting. But you just kind of understand what everyone's trying to like compel in the story, and it's a great game. You should check it out just for that. Next game is Mario Party 8. This one is another game I got at the garage sale runs when I bought that Wii bundle. And honestly, this game is so much better than Mario Party 9 in like so many different ways I could list, because it's the traditional Mario Party style. And it's one of probably the last good Mario Parties, if you want to consider that. The mini games are great. The boards are pretty fun, and they actually have a lot of personality. My favorite one is probably the one where you're on Shy Guy's train. That one's just so much fun. The next game is Mario Kart Wii. Now, I've just always wanted to try Mario Kart Wii out. Like, this was on the #1 of the list of games I wanted to get for the challenge this year, because I have just never experienced a lot of the courses like Toad's Factory and all of that. I've never actually like played this game before in my life, and after I did play it, I preferred the Wii Classic controller because it's just the best for controls in my opinion. But it's just really fun to play this game. The tricks are amazing, the drifting, it adds so much to the series back then, and I think it's great. The last two games, you guys probably will have no idea what they are. The first one is Let's Tap. It's one of the first games I got during the challenge. And basically it uses the Wii's rumble, like when you hit something, to detect movement for the game. So there's 5 different basically mini game collections. It's like a party game in a way, and you just like hit the table, and basically the Wii remote picks up on that and it moves. I think I've never seen something like this in a game before. It's just such a cool gimmick. You guys should totally check this out if you are considering it. The next game is Kids Sports Crazy Mini Golf. This game is just horrible, right? But is it? No, I feel like everyone has a personal experience with a Wii game, and this one for me, it was kind of like that nostalgic feel because I already had Crazy Mini Golf 2, and it really just had that like original like 2006 like, Wii game. It was one of the first Wii games I saw where the aspect ratio of the screen is just a square, and it kind of like reminds me of like those old TVs you would play games on. It's not that great. The putting is kind of horrible. But other than that, I've played this game so many times just for the fun of it. It's a great way to pass the time. Next, moving on to the Nintendo Wii U, there are only 4 games, and 2 of them are unplayable. The first one is Disney Infinity 2.0. I just don't have the toy pad for this thing, so I can't actually experience the game for myself, but I have heard it's very cool and it's one of the more unique Toys to Life games. Next game is Just Dance 2015. I ordered this online and it said used good. Yeah, it's a little cracked, but this game works fine. It is some of the best songs, I think, in a Just Dance, and it's really fun to dance around it. Next game is Wii Fit U. Now I have completed the Wii Fit series or whatever, and I got this also on my birthday at the local game store along with Metroid Prime, and it's pretty fun. It's got some new games, but it does get rid of the tightrope walking, so I'm not sure why they did that. Final game, this one was more recent, I got online. It's Lego Star Wars The Force Awakens, and I didn't play it enough to realize that the game just doesn't work. So I can't return it now, it's past the date. I wasn't probably ever going to get into this game that much because I'm more of a Lego Harry Potter fan, so yeah. For Nintendo Switch, we only have 3 games. The first one came with like a free thing I was doing through the flea market. I was walking by and this guy said this game is free, so I just picked it up. It's the Nintendo Labo Toy-Con 4. The black label just sticks out, you know, so that's kind of annoying. Next game is Pikmin 4, and honestly, this was my first time playing in the Pikmin series, and boy oh boy, I regret never playing Pikmin prior to this, because this might be my favorite game of 2025. I'm being serious, like this game is so fun. I'm not even done with it yet. I'm trying to 100% it, and they just came out with the Decor Pikmin update where you have to go around the map and basically snapshot pictures of Pikmin. So yeah, it's really fun. It's got a lot of new Pikmin. The dog is a very fun mechanic to use, charge at enemies. So yeah, if you guys have not picked out this game yet, you definitely have to give Pikmin 4 a try. The final game for Switch is Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. I haven't gotten too far into this game yet because I've been busy with the other Wii game stuff. But basically, this game is the return to the original like first-person shooter aspect of Metroid, and I think almost 15 years. I'm not really sure how the gap was between this and Prime Trilogy on Wii, but this game is really fun. The psychic abilities have so many new like possibilities you can do, and it also really makes me think what we could get for a new Smash Bros. Moveset of Samus using the psychic abilities. Before we move on to the handhelds, I want to talk about the oddballs. Of course, how could we forget about the unplayables? The games for consoles, for games I bought but I don't own. Starting off with the first one, we have Madden 23 for the Series X. I have no idea if this game works, but I picked it up at the thrift store for like $1, so yeah. Who could forget Child Gambling and Power Drum? Yeah, this game is rated E for everyone, but it's gambling, so I'm not sure how that really works. And then this game, which seems like a racing game, haven't played them because I don't have a PS2, but actually they don't look too bad. I'm going to be skipping Game Boy Advance because I only have one game. I'll just put an image up on the screen. I'm pretty sure the one I have isn't even a legitimate copy. I got it offline. But now we're going to be moving on to DS. First DS game I got was Lego Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. This includes all 3 original films, obviously, and it's pretty fun. I haven't gotten too far into it, but I think the cutscenes on the DS where the Lego characters are just moving around because they're not as animated on the DS because of hardware limitations, it's just so funny to look at because they're just hopping around like this. The next 6 games I got through an online auction site. Let me zoom out the camera so you guys can see. So these ones I got through an online auction site. At first, 3 of them didn't even come with the games in the cases, so I did get scammed, but I did eventually get all these back. The first one is Crosswords DS. This is kind of reminds me of those ads you would see for the DS, how they're trying to apply to everyone. And this is one of those games where you see a grandma playing a game. So yeah, this game is actually pretty fun. We have Six Flags Fun Park, a quest-filled adventure, and 40 minigames. Yeah, when it says 40 minigames, I don't really know because I didn't see that many on the hub world when I was playing. So you most likely have to unlock those. Not gonna put that much effort into a DS game, so yeah. Game is Ridge Racer DS, and
Honestly, this game is probably one of the best racing games I play for a handheld that isn't a first-party game. I wouldn't say it comes to the likes of Mario Party DS, but it definitely beats something like a generic racing game for the DS. It's published by Namco, so you know there's already going to be a sufficient amount of budget for it. And honestly, it's a fun game, and there's time trials and stuff like that, so yeah. Yeah, be for real, I still don't know what this is about. I thought it was going to be some crosswords Wordle type game, but it's more about like stacking tiles, and basically you have to remove tiles to get the tiles underneath, but you have a limited amount of space in like a storage area where you can hold them. I think that's what you're supposed to do. I still don't really know. This guy is onto something. Next game is My Sims Racing. This game, you basically build your own carts and stuff, I guess. That's what it says up there. I honestly did not play this for too long. I just played it to test it. But yeah, it's kind of using the Sims characters in it, so yeah, that's cool. The last game is a 2-in-1, but actually it's not really a 2-in-1 because they're the same thing, basically. It's kind of like getting a different like palette swap, basically. So it's like a theme change. So this one's about jewels and this one's about a village, kind of. So they're kind of the same aspect, but they are technically different games. So yeah, it's a 2-in-1. Guess I'll include 3DS with it. It's Magic World 2. This isn't even my game. I bought it for my sister, so yeah.
Well, that was my 2025 game collection haul. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel this year. It was honestly really fun getting all the new support. I was able to get over 70 new games this year to my collection, which is by far the biggest year for my game collection. I just want to say thank you guys still for sticking with me, supporting me, even though I was like trying new directions. I was doing voiceovers and different kinds of content and reactions. You guys still stuck with me through all the way, no matter what I was doing. So I just want to say thank you so much, and I hope you guys have a great 2026.